G's update package focuses heavily on camera and video improvements. So today, I'm going to recompare the photo and video performance of the Vivo X300 Ultra and the Pura 90 Pro Max. Both are now running their latest versions. Saka Huawei Pura 90 Pro Max versus Vivo X300 Ultra video recording comparison. The reason for today's comparison is that the Vivo X300 Ultra received a 1.32GB update yesterday, which brought significant optimizations to photo and video color, so I'm putting out an extra episode today. This time Vivo defaults to the 14mm ultra-wide lens, while for Huawei you have to manually switch to the 14mm ultra-wide lens for video. You can take a look at the results. Because Vivo's hardware is very powerful, featuring a 1:1.28-inch sensor, it should theoretically be significantly better. Everything was shot handheld without any stabilization equipment. Well, the video color, white balance, audio, and so on are all at their default phone settings. To be honest, I have to point out that I specifically reset their camera settings today to ensure the comparison is based on the default out-of-the-box experience, which is likely the style and configuration the manufacturer recommends. I'm honestly speechless that their video recording spec is still 1080p 30fps. Given that press conferences nowadays are all in 4K or 8K, sticking to a default of 1080p 30fps is just ridiculous. We are comparing the main cameras on the Huawei and Vivo. Honestly, both have their own unique strengths. While the Huawei sensor is smaller at 1.28 inches compared to the Vivo's 1.12-inch sensor, Huawei features a physical variable aperture and is supported by an RYYB sensor. Which phone do you think performs better in terms of color and clarity? I'm currently wandering through this park. So it's a bit overcast, and the sun only peeks out occasionally, so it's not a very bright day. There are so many beautiful flowers blooming, and people come by to take pictures and relax. Honestly, it's all quite lovely and peaceful here. This is a comparison of the default telephoto video recording between Huawei and Vivo. Vivo is at 85 meters while Huawei is at 96 meters. You can take a look at the color, audio, white balance, and so on. Feel free to check out anything you're interested in, and if you have any questions, we can discuss them in the comments. The weather today is actually a bit cloudy and overcast, that kind of vibe. Although it's not raining, it's not exactly sunny either. There's no bright sun, just the occasional peak of sunlight. Take a look at this video comparison. Which one meets your expectations more? Which one do you think, do you think is better? I will try to speak for a little bit longer, as that should help you compare the audio quality more effectively. Handheld recording is something that many people likely care about quite a lot, as it is a key part of the overall video recording experience. This is a 10x video comparison between Huawei and Vivo. Honestly, this is already quite a long zoom, which should cover most shooting scenarios. At this level, image stabilization really puts the phone's tuning to the test. Interestingly, both Huawei and Vivo are using CIP 7.0 Telephoto video stabilization this time. Which phone do you think has the better overall performance? And I'm shooting this handheld while walking, so you can see how the image stabilization holds up in motion. Honestly, I'd avoid walking while using 10x zoom, as it really puts the phone's stabilization to the test. If it's not up to par, your footage will likely be ruined. Just look, I've stopped moving now, so you can see the difference for yourselves. Since updating my Huawei to the E version, one issue persists. Day or night, the telephoto lens shows jittery artifacts in the viewfinder and final shots. I suspect the electronic image stabilization is the cause. I'm waiting for an update. It's only been out 2 weeks, while the Vivo's been out over a month. 3个月嘛 ，Vivo 也有1个多月了。So that wraps up the video recording comparison between the latest Huawei and Vivo Ultra models. We looked at the ultra-wide, main, 4x telephoto, and 10x focal lengths, all using the system's default recommended settings. Which one do you think performed better? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Welcome to the Good Tech Life channel. My goal is to share honest, practical insights that will help you make much more informed decisions. You can choose the right products, buy a lot less, and avoid all the common pitfalls.